we're starting right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to start pairing a font with a feeling. So you've got to look at the quote of your choosing, and you've got to pick a font that goes well with it. You can see right now I've got a document, and I want you to know that that document, once you create a new one, a few of you have been starting off here to whatever is in here and saying, okay. The answer to that is absolutely no, because you don't know what size the document is. If you can't tell me with absolute certainty, oh yeah, I have an 8 by 10 document, you didn't know exactly what you put in. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and do a vertical document or portrait, which means it's taller, 11 inches wide, 14 inches in height, and we are ready to go with that. Okay, so that is going to be your starting document. So it should look just like that. Again, please check that before you actually just click OK, and that was File New. Now, as you look at this, you'll also see it's got a background shape, and that shape is what fills in my page color. So you can see right here, I'm on my selection tool. Again, some of you ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you know the difference between your selection tool and your direct selection tool. This is what we do to pick something that we had. You can see I have an outer shape. That one is my background color. You're going to get a single color background from this. This one, there's method to my madness, so please believe me. This one is plain. No gradients at all. And I will explain later, you'll know why I said no gradients in the coming couple of days. So with this, you've got that background. You've got your quote. Excuse me, I really want to urge you guys to think about a quote that you can illustrate something for. And what we did, or what I did here, was I illustrated this brain. Okay, you can illustrate via a drawing that you import. You can go ahead and copy and paste it onto here and use the pen tool over the top. You can illustrate via a piece of art that you might find online, a free piece of art, where you can trace over some parts of it again, but make it more authentic to you and more original to you, okay? I do want to zoom in on this because what I did was I created one that was perfect to my specifications, the ones that I wanted, and then I just duplicated it and created the second half. And I want to just take a moment to show you a little bit about this, simply because you'll notice I've got one pencil outline for my outline of my brain, and then I have individual pen tools for these other portions. I wasn't able to get them to act exactly the way I wanted to without having those individual pen tools so that we could actually get this effect that I have here. Okay? This one is the one that is filled. It's filled with that sort of pinkish green color. The one thing that I really want you guys, I've shown some of you this, some of you knew this, there's a few of you that don't know this, is this little guy right down here that's layered. If this doesn't show, it looks like two sheets of paper kind of hovering over. You're going to go up to Window and Layer. Okay? If that doesn't show, I want you to make sure that you have that showing, simply because I have some information on one layer, and I actually put part of my brain on another layer because I wanted it to be separated. I wanted to be able to lock certain things. So, you can think about separating things onto different layers for a variety of reasons so that you can get them to act a little bit more as you would want them to act. So if you do need to add another layer, like I really want this to be separated so I can lock this stuff and not move it, like this right here, I'm not able to move it. I can't move it because I've locked that layer. I can't do anything with it until I unlock it, which is super important. I can also turn off visibility and put outline mode on by doing a couple of other functions. Like if I want to remove color, I control click on the eyeball and I get a black and white version of everything on that layer. I control click again and there's my color. That should be very helpful for you as you're designing, whether it be this one or a future one. So again, I've got my visibility. I can turn things off so I just don't have them in the way. I also can lock them so I cannot make any changes to them. I currently cannot select this text box or the outer shape that makes my yellow color. So please get used to the idea of moving things to another layer if you need to do that or if you're having some struggles with something. But I did specifically want to make sure that I showed you this outer piece. I have everything everything grouped right now. I think I have no, I thought I had a second copy there. I have everything grouped right now. Simply so that I could get it to all act together now. But don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and ungroup everything. Click off of it. You can see right now, I've got this one piece right there, and I've got the rest of the brain right here. So I started off with this one, and then I went to creating the little bits and pieces on the inside. These individual bits, I do want to show you. Let me come over here. When you're looking at adding those things in, I've got one of those little curves. I don't have to finish this pen path, but what I can do is come over here. Notice it's going to give you this really big stretch. That's okay. Just go ahead and click on your selection tool. Okay? Now I actually have that as a line. So I've got this little segment in here. I'm now going to go ahead and select it and say I would like this to be a thicker line. Because on here, you can see that I created them to be a little bit on the thicker side so that they would have that visual weight that I needed. You'll also see that I've got some very, very straight edges on there. And I really want you guys to think about that. On my piece right here, you'll actually see that I've got some with straight right here. I've got some with a curve. I actually have some with a little bit of a point on the end. And this is where you're going to change all of that. After you go ahead and change your outer stroke, you can also come in here, and I can go ahead and I can put a round on the end. And of course, this, if it makes your line weight too big, go ahead and change your line weight, your stroke weight, so that you're able to get the right look. So this is what allows me to get a little bit of that roundedness on the end as I need it, okay? I can also work into here. This was the little corners, sort of like the smiles on the brain, those little corner pieces right here. So I call them little smiles because they've got that point on the end. I can come in here and I could say I want to change my width profile. And in this case, oops, sorry, I'm going to change that width profile. I'm going to go ahead and put that back to basic so that you can see it. I've got my width profile onto this sort of pointed one. And when I increase the value there, you'll see that that gives you that finish. Okay? But again, notice I'm not worried about any fill. I don't really have any fill. Or you can go ahead and say no if something's acting kind of funky for you. Okay? So that is kind of a crucial point to actually creating that brain, is actually changing these two items and using them wisely. Okay? So if I go back to my quote, let me zoom back out. Oops. Control 0. You can see, let me undo that. You can see that I've got my brain in here. I went through and I picked a font that I thought worked well with it. Not every font works well with this. I'm going to come back to my layers and I'm going to go ahead and unlock it so now I can select it. When I come in here, I can go into my character. I just Control A to select all of it. So I go to my character panel. This one happens to be called Belladonna. But it's way different if I go to like a Batman-like font. It doesn't quite fit as well. Okay? Obviously the size doesn't fit well. I did change the size, but the look of it, the feel of it, every font has a feel. And you've got to learn how, like this one could be great for sometimes like a space-like look, but not this one. This one's almost like a kid's scribble. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like that one. So literally I would go through here and I would find something that I liked. I decided because of the movie being The Wizard of Oz, it needed to be classic. But I thought it could be a little old style, like that. Having that Belladonna script, I thought was a really good fit for this. So let's go back. There we go. So that's the one that I ended up on. But you do need to make sure that you're trying a lot of different fonts, because the end goal is to make sure that your piece reflects your quote. Okay. So as we're looking at the project specs for this, what we're looking at is an 11 by 14. Your quote and the origin of quote. Ladies and gents, that means I want your quote. I also want to know where that quote came from. You notice it's a smaller font. So again, pairing that font with changing your size is really important. A solid color background and a single icon. So going back to the previous project, drawing upon like what's the most essential element in there, what's something that I can put in here. Obviously, this one for me was, pardon the pun, but it was a no-brainer. They talked about brains in here, and I'm like, oh, I could really use a brain. I could really totally do that. And I think that would be a really good fit. So again, I really want you guys thinking about that singular icon that's going to show off your quote. A single color background, a single icon, and your quote with your supporting text underneath it. And that is where you are heading now. Again, a gentle reminder, please make sure that you're picking quotes that you can give me a good icon for, that you can develop something. You are not giving me gradient fills at all. I don't want shading. I will show you a little bit more about how you can achieve that in the next lesson. And that is it.